Hey guys, so Christmas came early because I'm about to unbox and reveal to you what I think will be the most impressive vinyl I've ever received until now. Short disclaimer, this artist reached out to me personally via email, stumbled upon my content somehow and asked me to review it. Little did I know that I actually stumbled upon this record a few months ago. I saw that this account received it and reviewed it. It's beautifully designed, it's very personal. So much attention to detail went into making this record. The artist's name is Leon Goyard from Spain, born in Barcelona, spent some time in LA. Not only is he a musician, but he also directs, he's a videographer. If you check out his music videos accompanying some of his songs, it's very cinematic. He did actually win a few awards from the LA Film Festival, the Chicago Indie Film Festival. He is an artistic person in general, and you can see this from every single detail on the vinyl record. Before I said yes, I wanted to make sure that I actually appreciate the music. There are a few singles you can find on Spotify just to give it a bit of a tease. His style, as he describes it, is a combination of Bon Iver and Ryuichi Sakamoto, a Japanese piano player. The more I listen to him, the more I am reminiscent of James Blake, Francis and the Lights, that haunting vocal effect, sometimes layered, likes to play with this falsetto a little bit. And from the few songs I've heard, I believe it's the perfect album to play on a cold winter day. The videos complementing it are shot in the forest with a nice white blanket of snow. It was actually released in November of 2023, so I'm reviewing this 1 year later. I learned he sold out his first 300 copies within the first month, most of them during his tour, which comprised of visiting locations with pianos, not necessarily concert venues, but homey kind of venues. And a fun fact that I learned was that the font, which you will see in a bit, was actually designed by his grandmother, who loves to sew. And so you'll see this font throughout the whole album. So there was a lot of love, a lot of personal touch that went into forming this physical version of the album. And I'm so excited to unbox it and reveal it to you guys. So without a further ado, let's go ahead and unbox this masterpiece. All right, here's the vinyl in its final form. I wish you can feel this, but if you can glide your finger along the word comfort, you can feel that it's actually elevated the letters. So that is an impressive detail in itself. Again, designed by his grandmother. I've come to learn that these are actually her hands. So that is a nice personalized touch. And it's also impressive that you have to open it with this thread. So again, bringing that whole sewn theme together. And once you open it, you can see the winter theme very, very clearly. On the left here is a wax sealed personalized note, another extremely personalized touch, and I'm excited to open that up. We start with the left side. You get a booklet of images that were also taken by Leon himself. Again, starting with this red thread theme, and then throughout the booklet, you'll see images of a winter snowstorm. The idea of this album is to give you comfort if you're going through a storm, which he explained in an interview that I watched recently. I know one of the songs is called Fire, so I'm assuming that these images have to do with that. But every image is beautifully shot and edited by Leon himself, creating a nice cold but comforting vibe. And at the very end, you have all the songs with their credits and lyrics. So I'm really looking forward to giving each track a listen, as they're only available on this vinyl record. I'll try my best to preserve this booklet as best as possible. The vinyl itself, it's about 44 minutes of music, which is pretty solid. Look at that. Pressed on to red marble-like vinyl with some black accents. Really, really cool. I'm a huge fan of colored vinyl. I know there are some purists that prefer black vinyl, but to me, as long as the quality is preserved, I prefer colored, as you can add a few more details to it. So looking forward to giving that a listen all the way through. And last but not least, let's give this letter an open as carefully as I can. Oh gosh, that's the downside of such a beautiful vinyl, is that you unfortunately have to break it and ruin its beauty, but that's life. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open that. Oh, look at that. Ooh, there's even a film strip. Not sure if you can see that very well, but it looks like some negative images from his photo shoots, which is insane. The fact that he has hundreds of these just to give out is super impressive. Shout out to Leon for all of these goodies. So let's go ahead and open this. Dear friend, I'd like to welcome you to the world of comfort, a space for emotional security in adverse times. For me, this journey started in October 2021 during a period of complete uncertainty about the future. Making this music has been the medicine that provided me with a space of consolation and shelter, and I hope it can provide the same for you. Attached to this letter is a strip of 16mm film. It's an original piece, one of one, that only you possess. It contains 18 unique frames of the visual imagery of the project shot in the Pyrenees with Krasnogorsk 3. Stay warm with love, Leon. Wow. Huge shout out to Leon. The fact that he delivered this to me for free is so kind, and I wish I can somehow give back. I mean, I'm giving this album an extremely positive review, so hopefully this helps to spread the word. So after giving this album a complete listen, I have to say I am a huge fan. It is extremely cohesive. That's probably the biggest highlight of this whole album. There's tons of beautiful, luscious instruments along with his vocal arrangements, which sometimes are auto-tuned, layered. There is a track there that's also unedited to my knowledge. I believe the concept of the album was to essentially transport you to some sort of winter storm while also metaphorically bringing you to a storm that you are in, and this album's there to kind of give you comfort through that time. A few highlights for me were Into Night. I'm not sure what the INT stands for, but I'm gonna just call it Into Night for now. I love the echoey auto-tuned vocals. I'm just a huge fan of that technique in general, especially when paired with R&B or hip hop. To me, this is reminiscent of something like Francis and the Lights, as well as the haunting piano in the background. Blue Moon, one of the singles, is also for me a huge highlight. Again here, very simple but luscious instrumentation. I love the string arrangements towards the end of this one. My favorite track, however, is Mantra. It is a 6-minute track filled with different components to it. Around the 2-minute mark, you'll hear some choral arrangements as well as some organs, which I really love. This track is extremely luscious. Kind of gives me a little bit of gospel vibes, which I personally like in music, whether it be soul music as well as electronic or folk music in this case. But yeah, overall, a huge fan of this music. Please support Leon and his work. You can buy this album exclusively on his website for 35 euros. There are also a handful of record shops in the US and in Spain where you can get your hands on it if they are still available. At the date of this recording, he's sold at least 1,000 copies. So if you want to support him and his music, please go get that physical copy. He's basically earning nothing on Spotify from what I've seen based on the streams. So please go support this independent artist if you want to see more. I've attached a link to the vinyl record in the description of this video. So please go ahead and support him. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.